Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with a quick layout. This one took me about 35 minutes and it's largely to do because it's a large photo. Now, way back, I probably still have that camera, but I don't think I can get any films for it anymore. It did take like large photos like that, and it was also an underwater camera. It was a pretty cool camera. And So I used to take it when we go on vacation. I used to take these 4 by 12s photos all the time. And once you took the photo, it's not like digital that you could change it after. Like you had to decide before you took the photo what size you wanted it. And so I have all these photos that are printed from this camera. And like I said, it was also cool because it was also an underwater camera. We have a different underwater camera now. It's a digital one, so and I don't think it does well because it's digital. You can print it whatever size you want, so I guess that's good. What I'm using here is entirely scraps. I went into that basket that I found in one of my boxes, and I'm using everything in the size that it was cut out. So this was cut out at about, I'd say, 7 inches because the photo is about 4. Yeah, so 7 by 12. And then I had one strip that was cut from a pattern paper from Amy Tangerine, I believe. And it's just a 1 by 12. And I'm going to use that to cover that gap that's in between the photo and the pattern paper. And that pattern paper, I couldn't have chosen a better one if I tried to. It totally looks like the pattern on a giraffe. Sort of, you know what I mean? I mean, a giraffe is more, not so perfect. It's all over the place, but it still reminded me of the pattern of giraffe. And it was awesome that it wasn't brown, it was a different color. Now, I'm looking to see if I can put anything in the background as far as to make the picture stand out. And I had this leftover cardstock that I use the center of it to mat a photo, and that's why I like to mat in the middle, because even if I didn't use that cardstock to mount that layout, I'm using it here to mount this layout. And I mean, not that a lot of us are short in cardstock anyway, but why be wasteful, right? And especially there's always the same colors that you go to over and over and over again, right? Like I was saying in one of my last videos that I was totally out of white cardstock. I had to buy 2 full packages of white cardstock because white is something that I go to over and over again. And that blue cardstock, it was in my stash, put away for the longest time. And when I started packing, I found this cardstock, and it's from Scrapbook Sally, which was a wholesale store that I used to buy my stuff from years and years ago. And I bought 50 pages of this blue cardstock, and it's got some white polka dots on it. But I absolutely love it. And when I found it when I was packing, I actually put it somewhere where I would know where it is, and I started using it right away. And I've used probably 10 or 20 sheets already. Now I use some of enamel thickers, I guess, and I spelled out giraffe love, and I took a grid pattern paper, and I'm going to use that to do my journaling. I'm using some washi tape that looks like an admission ticket, so perfect because this was at a zoo. I'm using bits and pieces of stuff that I had on my desk. A lot of it is from October Afternoon. And one of the embellishment clusters I'm going to use is one that I put together in my DIY, and there it is right there with the tag and everything. It was all done, so all I had to do was plop it on my layout, and there it was. It was all ready, and it made that cluster come together so much faster. And that's what I like about using DIYs that are already, like embellishments that are already put together, because that had the large picture had a lot to do with the fact that this page went together quickly, but also the fact that I had this embellishment cluster already done up. That was one less cluster that I had to fuss with. So I'm going to put another cluster right next to the title because I like to do that. I like to put my cluster right next to the title. And then the other cluster I put at the top right. Now, all the clusters are outside the pictures, which normally I try to put the pictures within the triangle, but where the photo was really to the left, he's looking to the right. It's a big photo. You can't miss that photo. And then I do have a cluster that's really close to the photo, so it brings your eye there anyway. So I found I wasn't bothered by the fact that I didn't have the clusters that went, that put the photo in the middle. Now, I think I was thinking about remounting that journaling card, but when I tried to lift it, it was going to make a big mess, so I decided against it. I just said, I inked the edges. It's fine. It's standing out enough. Sometimes I overthink stuff too much, so I just said, nope, just go with what it was originally and just move on. And you saw me kind of using my title and kind of figuring out where else I could put the title, but that's where I like it the most. It's going to touch the tape where it's, going to make it part of that embellishment cluster. And I'm still playing with a few little embellishments that I want to add in these wood veneer, which are half colored, which are little asterisks, really work out. And then I'm going to use some of those enamel dots again, and those are the ones that I got at Peachy Cheap, and they're glitter. And I don't even know what company they were because they came like that just out of the package, and I got 6 of them for $6.99. So it was a really good deal. And like I said, I'm checking Peachy Cheap every day and seeing if I can get those again someday because, man, it was a good deal, and I really, really like them. And I know I have other things to make enamel dots, but it's nice to have some I don't want to pay $5 a piece for, but if you're going to pay about $1 a piece for them, then it's really worth it, and for the convenience, and like I said, they're super cute. And I believe that is going to complete my layout. Like I said, this was a super, super quick layout. And there's going to be photos that are going to follow at the end. And don't forget, on Friday, I'm going to have a DIY, my 4th one. And it's going to be how to make your own thickers and mini market stickers. And I'm going to leave you on that note. And I just want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.